Welcome back, everybody. This is Matthew, aka Jedi Master Cyborg. In today's video, we're going to be comparing the first generation Peace and Justice Lightsaber from Savi's workshop at This is from Walt Disney World in Orlando. Comparing it to the new Peace and Justice Lightsaber from Savi's workshop. I've done a few videos before where I compare the power and control lightsabers, Generation 1 and Generation 2, and also the protection and defense lightsaber, Generation 1 and Generation 2. I've featured the Generation 1 elemental nature and peace and justice by themselves, but at that time I did not build the 2 from Generation 2. So I didn't have nothing to compare those with, and so I just got back from a recent trip, and so I used that opportunity to build these last two. Excuse me. Excuse me. And I sincerely hope that this is it. I've been saying this for a while, either here on YouTube or just out in public, out in general, saying that I haven't built the 2 of the Generation 2 lightsabers. I want to do that before they, if and when they discontinue them and go to a Generation 3. I want to complete the collection, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sick. I got sick and tired of saying that. And so I'm hoping that this is done. I got Generation 1 and Generation 2 lightsabers, 8 of them. And that's a lot of money. The first 4 were $200 a pop, and the next 4, Generation 2, were $250 a pop. And so the price tag is high. The flair of the experience has died down. So I guess I kind of lost it after the first or second of Generation 2. The experience just kind of like ugh. Just let me. I've done this before. Let me work. I don't need anybody helping me. Stuff like that, and just let me build it and get out of here. I really didn't need the experience anymore, but so that's what we're gonna be doing in this one. And so you want to stick around? We'll compare these two, and we'll break them down, and measure them and all that other stuff. And so just stick around for this video and. Tell me what you think at the end. Hey everybody, welcome back, my fellow Jedi Knights and Acolytes of the Force. I've broken down both lightsabers. I have one on this side and one on this side of my desk here, and I've moved the camera back a little bit so I have a little space on here on my desk to work with. But first, I want to say something is what I've said in the past, a mistake I've made in the past, is this piece right here. I've called it the skeleton. In my past videos. Oh darn! I had it pulled up. Where'd it go? One moment. Sorry. I had it pulled up. Chassis. It's called the chassis. Like I said, I've been calling it the skeleton for all this time. It's called the chassis. Okay, now this is the original one. Something I noticed is that I'm not sure if the chassis of 1 and 2. This is the 2. I'm not sure if one is slimmer than the other. Actually, putting them here together, they do look quite different. This is Generation 1, and look, it's shorter. And number 2 here, the 2 compartments that hold the kyber crystal. As you can see, one is lower than the other. So yeah, these chassis are different from Generation 1 to Generation 2. So that's interesting. But what I found is that the battery pack that from Generation 2, they don't fit into the battery compartment of Generation 1 chassis. So, but comparing these, this is something I'm just finding out now. So actually, the chassis are different. And actually, when I've noticed something, putting these new ones together, they do feel slimmer in my hand. So wow, that's something that I just discovered pretty good. So that's nice. Now again, this is the first generation chassis. So I featured this alone by itself, but it's just a quick review. Chose the blue lights, the blue kyber crystal. Like I said, this is the pretty much the Jedi, lightsaber, peace and justice, and originally lightsabers were blue, or at least the Jedi lightsaber was blue, and the real main reason that George Lucas made the decision in Return of the Jedi for Luke to have a green lightsaber was because of that scene at the towards the beginning of the movie, while they're out in the Dune Sea, I think it is, at Tatooine. They're on Jabba's ship, and when Luke summons his lightsaber from R2D2, and he ignites his lightsaber. George Lucas just thought that a blue lightsaber against the blue sky of Tatooine would kind of blend together. So that's why he gave him a green one. But anyway, so that's why I got the blue kyber crystal in there, because this is just the Jedi lightsaber was always meant to be blue originally. So just put this one back together real quick. Again, these are the activation plates that I chose. So we just match these up. Most everybody knows by now. You match the blue square and the red squares together, and they're just like magnetized. Okay, then they just fit on there. Then you just choose the sleeves. Pretty much this also is pretty much kind of like Anakin's lightsaber, I would say. So this is the bottom portion. It's got these like rubber grips on it. So like I said, I thought this would be a good one to on the bottom. So, and then this is the one that I picked for the top. Just has more detail and color to it. So, and then this is the one. Yeah, when I was originally building this one, it's like I had these two. This one is kind of like what I would say is like Anakin's top emitter, and then the other one that they had at the time was kind of like, it kind of looked like Obi-Wan's lightsaber emitter. So but I went back and forth. I couldn't decide which ones, but I eventually went with this one. I'm not a big fan of Anakin or Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I like Anakin a lot better than I do Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, and then this emitter, this pommel right here, which actually, I'm now that I think about it, I might have, if the other one, I can't remember what the other one was, but I might have gone with the other one because I don't like these ones that have the D-ring. If you buy that thing that clips on your belt for the StarWas Workshop lightsabers, it has that little clip where you can put these D-rings on there, onto your hip. But if you wear it like right above your leg, it as you're walking and as you're moving your leg, this just swings by and keeps on knocking against your leg the whole time and against your knee or whatever. Really, you can only put it to the side of your hip, and really that's not the if you were a real Jedi, that's not really the ideal place to have your lightsaber on your side. You can't really draw it quick enough, and still, I see them walking around, and I've seen videos, and I kind of would like to get arrested at StarWas Galaxies Edge. I think that would be a pretty cool experience. But I've had sayings with the stormtroopers at the where you go to that ship, and sometimes you can see Kylo Ren and stormtroopers come out, and I've exchanged some words with them there. But again, I still would like to get kind of arrested. I think that would be cool. So that's number one. So we can compare it to, and I'm gonna show you Generation 2 lightsaber that I built. Okay, guys, let's start building the Generation 2 Peace and Justice lightsaber. This one has the core in it. I usually take the battery packs out because if you have the batteries inside the battery pack, and then you put your kyber crystal inside that activates and it draws power from your batteries. And so leaving it in there with the battery pack and the kyber crystal and leaving it on, it's even though switch is not on, your blade is not activated, it still draws power. So it would drain your batteries, and so I usually leave these out. But for the demonstration, I'll leave it in, and then afterwards I'm going to change out these batteries. Yeah, I still haven't changed the batteries out. These are the batteries that I got from from Disney, the one that they gave me right when I built this. So first we take the chassis, and I got the same color crystal. This is probably the one in the Generation 1 is probably going to be either Luke Skywalker or Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think. But this one, it could be. See, I got. Let's see, in the back here, behind. I got all these crystals. I've collected from Walt Disney World. So, two there. And there possibly could be some more with there. So you got like two or three, Calcastus and a few others. So, but not Ben Solo, because his is going to have a red core, which I also have those. But anyway, let's just go ahead and start building this. So, as everybody knows, the kyber crystal goes into here. How I do it is I kind of go from behind, place the bottom of the kyber crystal in there into the socket, press down so you can place the top into the socket, then kind of move it around, make sure, and then it snaps into place, and then kind of twirl it just to make sure that it's in there, it's not going anywhere. So now these are the ones that actually I didn't really have a choice. You're supposed to have a choice between two sets of activation plates. I did not. They gave me two sets of these, so I only had. It wasn't really a choice. Actually, I had made a decision to go with these before instead of the one that has the pin design on it. So it turned out to be good. It's all right, but these I only got. Like I said, I got two sets of these. I didn't really have an option to choose from. So again, just like the Generation 1, we match the squares up. This one's got a red square, so you match it up with the red square. This one has a blue square, so you match it up with the blue one. Snaps into place. Alright. Now, this lightsaber has certain similarities to the first one that I built, but again, it's got a different, it's unique in its own way. But this is the grip, or the, this is the grip, the bottom grip that I chose out of 4. You get 4 choices, so this is the one that I chose, and it's got that. When I saw them in the picture, says this. Actually, I wanted to go with this one. This one has like the gold band around the bottom, and the top will have a gold strip that runs vertical. I actually wanted to choose those two, but in the picture, this one looked more like a copper. It even looks copper through the camera here, and the other one looked gold. But when I was at the experience and I held them together, they are the same color. So, but this is the bottom grip that I chose, and from Generation 1, you can see that there's a gold ring that is around the bottom of that grip too. So similar in that perspective, but it's got this a different kind of grip. First generation, you got kind of like a rubber grip. This has got more like a textured grip. So we put that down and twist it into place. Like I said, it's on the bottom. And then I got this one. Like I said, it's got the vertical stripe, gold stripe on there, plus the black kind of textured design. And so this is the top one that I chose. Let's twist it down. Now, when it's fully twisted, the lines are to the side. I kind of wish it was to the front and back, so you can't see it on the back there. But you can see it when I twist it around. They're on the sides. I wish they were on the front and back. But, whatever. This is the emitter that I chose. This one's like kind of open. You can see on the side, so when the blade is activated, that's kind of cool. So, and I also like the little gold nut or whatever right there, little hexagon kind of shaped like nut. It kind of adds a little bit more detail, and I like the rings that are across the bottom of it. So screw that into place. And then this is the pommel that I chose. I like the pommels that have this on there, because this, if you have that clip and there's a spot to put both of them, but you can when you put this one in there, it snaps into place, and you can put it positioned right above your leg, and it's not going to swing back and forth like the other one does. So this pommel also reminded me of Master. For some reason, as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's Master Illuminar Onduli's pommel from her lightsaber." So that's the one I got. So screw that down. Okay, and there you go. There you have it. This is Generation 2 lightsaber. Now let's measure these two. Obviously, this one's going to be longer, obviously, because of the pommel. So, gotta take measure right here. So, there's Generation 2 Peace and Justice is just a little bit over 18 inches. Move that to the side a little bit here. The Generation 1 lightsaber we have is, wow, just over 11 inches. Holy snap. Man, so that's a pretty significant difference. Wow. And look at, you look at them together. Obviously, the emitter is a bit longer, and obviously the pommel is longer. But what do you think? I like them together. They kind of look similar, but they all each have their unique flair. And again, I don't have the battery pack in this one, but I do have it in this one. I haven't taken it out yet, as I said. I have the blade right here. Just a moment. I gotta move over a little bit. Alright, got the blade right here. So, that down into the emitter part. I will be checking to see if I can see in between. And then twist. Now this the switch is a little sticky, I think. Activating it is pretty easy. And then yeah, looking through the emitter here, you can see a sliver of the bluish lightsaber. I think that's really cool. But the other day when I was was trying to activate two together, since yesterday, day before, these came in the mail. I had to ship them home. I was trying to put them together. The Nature Elemental, which will be in another video, and this one. I was trying to activate them together. I said it activated them both together, but then trying to deactivate them together was a little hard. That's here. Yeah, here it is. You have to push it up from the. You have to push it up, activate it from the bottom, right here. Push up, and then you have to deactivate it down here from the top. You can't do it here. It's a little sticky. It's a little hard. I'm pushing into the saber and then trying to push it up. So that's what it is. You have to use the corners here. You have to push up and push down at the corners. Alright, so that was it. Let's see what other comparisons we can do here. Weight. This one's a little heavier too. Just kind of letting them lean in my hands. And yeah, my right hand, yeah, this one is leaning a bit more. This is heavier too than this one. Okay. So there you have it. There's Generation 1 and Generation 2 Peace and Justice Lightsabers. I'm hoping that this is the last time I have to say it, but, you know, I'm finished with Generation 2. I'm finished building Savi's Workshop lightsabers. I will not, that's just too much money. $200 did seem like a kind of a, not expensive, but not, you know, it was a fair price, I thought, for all that you got. But increasing it to $250 a pop, that's too much. That's too much for me to do. You know, $1,000 for all 4 of these is, yeah, that's bad. I can't justify that. So yeah, I won't be doing that anymore. But I finished the collection of the Peace and Justice and let it be at that. If they come out with Generation 3, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm actually, you know, Hollywood Studios is probably my, well, it competes with Animal Kingdom. I would say, but Hollywood Studios is probably my 3rd favorite park. And as the years have gone by, I think Epcot is more or less my favorite park. I like, you know, back when I was a kid, you know, going to Epcot, I always wanted to go to Future World, you know, where the rides and all that stuff are. And I remember my parents, they loved World Showcase, the other half of the park, where you could go to the different countries. And, you know, I was a kid. As a kid, I was always like, let's go ride rides. Let's go to the other section. And now, as I grow up, now I'm an adult now, I kind of like the countries too. So, I think we went on. It's Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that's at Epcot. And then no wait, that's at Epcot. And then we went on Mission Space. I think those are the only 2 rides because we park hopped. We had to budget our time on this trip, but that's getting off subject. So do this. So comment down below if you like these, or which one of these do you like better? I don't know. I actually do think I prefer the Generation 2 lightsaber. I'm going to be doing a video where like I take all of these, all 8 lightsabers that I've built, and trying to narrow them down to one. The one that I would carry as a Jedi. So, or one I would carry as a Force user. Let's just say that, you know, the power and control I know is pretty much just for the Sith, maybe. But, you know, as a Force user, which one would I carry? But we'll see. That'll come later. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed that. So thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you could, like and leave a comment down below, and subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to rebuild my channel back up after I lost all my content a while back ago, and I've uploaded a few videos to my channel, and some have gotten comments, and some have gotten some likes. But you know, it's still this is just for a hobby's sake, but it still is not as good as it used to be when I had my first set of videos. And it's bad. It's irritating that my channel got deleted because I posted, you know, my some of my experiences for this on there. I posted, you know, I had just a whole lot of things. I say this is for hobby. I mean, I post these videos on YouTube not only for other people to watch, but I rewatch them. It's kind of like milestones for me and things that, you know, things that I want to remember. I had the Mickey's. I had the Mickey's Christmas party parade on there, and the Halloween parade, and I can't go watch those again because my channel got deleted. So it kind of sucks. We were there during the Halloween celebration, but we didn't get the ticket. So you know. But anyway, that's enough. I'm getting off subject here, and when I get off subject, I tend to ramble on. So all right. So like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate it. May the force be with you. Have a nice day.